Dear friends, my name is Kristian Kahrs, and in 2000 I was serving as a NATO officer for KFOR in Kosovo. I will not take too much of your time. I will limit my time to 5 minutes, and Rico will be pleased, I believe, that I will not spend too much of his time. But it is not at all pleasant to see myself and the statements I had when I came as a NATO officer to Kosovo in 2000. I thought I was some kind of missionary for freedom of speech and democracy. And seeing my statements, what I made today, is not pleasant at all, because Norway thought I was going to be a good spokesman, since I spoke a bit of English. But now my mission is to inform Western audiences what we did when we went to war against Yugoslavia, not respecting the national sovereignty of Yugoslavia. And I also want to make politicians in Norway aware of the dangers of going to war. Nowadays, it's too easy for, especially NATO countries these days, to go to war. Is it against Iraq, Afghanistan, is it Libya? And we need an educated debate about this. And my mission is to have a good relationship also to the NATO politicians. Because on this conference, unfortunately, we've heard some very tough rhetoric that NATO is the North Atlantic terrorist organization. We've heard that Serbians can never be friends with Albanians. And I think this kind of rhetoric, if we are truly peacemakers, is counterproductive. I think if we really love peace, we need to love Americans. We need to love the politicians and display our regrets about NATO policies. But I have spoken, for instance, with Christopher Hill, who was leading the negotiations in Rambouillet for the Americans. He has given me interviews. A lot of Norwegian officers, diplomats, and politicians have also given me their perspectives. And the question we must ask, as I have written here, how can we have impact in NATO countries? How can you speak to your contacts, politicians, and not to alienate them? How can we make a positive influence in our home countries? I hope that this will be an inspiration for all of us and who are truly loving peace. For me, it's important to think peace in all directions because of my Christian faith. Because Jesus, he taught us to ask for apology when we have sinned. And I, in my public stance, if you see on my page and on my presence on the internet, I use every chance I have to ask for apology for my naivety, and that I truly believe that NATO was some kind of democratic organization. So we must really be careful about that. And we must also oppose all kinds of aggression. If Russia is making any aggression in Ukraine, taking the territory of Crimea, we should criticize them as well. You're saying no, no, no. Okay, this is the lady there. The lady there is the example of the rhetoric we do not need. Of course, we need to fight fascism, but in all countries.
Just a moment. Please continue, and I ask you for patience. You will have the floor.
Thank you. I will not have much more to say, but this protest that we should also criticize Russia is a paradox when this is a peace conference. This lady is coming to a peace conference saying that we should only criticize NATO. But I say I am sorry for the mistakes NATO has done.
Point of view, please. Do not address to any person in the court. Just from the principal point of view.
I have 15 more seconds, 10 more seconds to go. And I would just like to thank you for your attention, and God bless you.